Pirates of the Caribbean titles. There are time codes in the description if you want to jump around. We all good? Fantastic. And now, drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Boom. The year is the main action movies have gotten people into theaters for a while. The early months in the early with the third on the way in 2006. But there was one company that hadn't invested in the action franchise, and that was Disney. For years, this company only stuck with one genre, family film and animation. They had never done an action movie before. Even though people do mistake some of their movies' final battles for action set pieces, they're not. As much as we want to call them action scenes, they are not action set pieces. Disney never dabbled in action. They only stuck with the genre that stuck with them, animation. But in the mid 2000s, after the success of Pirates of the Caribbean: The Ride, Disney wondered if they could try something new, branch out from their traditional animation style, and instead do something different. This is the beginning of how a simple film franchise meant to skyrocket Johnny Depp's career into the stratosphere would begin one of the most successful rises in movie history. From rise to fall to billion-dollar success, this is a complete retrospective for the Pirates of the Caribbean film saga. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe. It helps out a lot. These retrospective videos I only like to do sometimes. These retrospective videos always don't sometimes do very good. So, yeah. Now, with all that being said, start the clock. Boom. Plans for the Pirates of the Caribbean film began in 2001, where Disney planned Eddie Murphy scheduled to star in a version of The Haunted Mansion. Don't worry, I'll get to that soon. I haven't decided yet. But a director Johnny Depp, who read the original screenplay, liked it well enough to be cast as the main role of the lead pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow. The lead pirate who would take on the lead role in this film saga. An actor who stuck with this movie. Up in the air of this if Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man Tell No Tales is the last one, or if we're getting another one after. I think we are getting another one after Dead Man Tell No Tales, so yeah, if I have to remake this video with Captain Barbossa. Now, Jeffrey Bush would be the one actor also who would continue on until the fifth movie as Hector Barbossa. Orlando Bloom was cast as Will Turner, a humble swordsmith in this one. And Keira Knightley would be cast as Elizabeth Swann. But here's the thing. Elizabeth Swann would be twofold. As we needed an actress for her younger appearance. we needed an actress for her younger appearance. Which is where Lucinia Directs would be cast as a young Elizabeth Swann, only to be seen in the opening prologue. Which led to the beginning of principal photography in the early months of In the early months of 2001, principal photography began in no time at all. To March 2003. But that doesn't mean that they weren't going to get people excited, because released in front of the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, Disney would begin to get people excited for the first adventure in the Pirates of the Caribbean saga. And this teaser does not show much. As a matter of fact, if you went into this teaser, you would see nothing. This trailer only clocked in at which led to the second full trailer at the tail end of March, giving us another look at Pirates of the Caribbean through another full trailer. But the time had come, July 9th, 2003. When it was time to journey to theaters for the first film in Johnny Depp's pirate epic. And in my opinion, this film is great. The film holds a strong 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, meaning that even audiences like me enjoyed this movie enough. $3 million. Oscars rolled around in 2004 like they always did, and Pirates of the Caribbean was up for a few awards. The Curse of the Black Pearl would be nominated for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost all the original cast returned. Jack Sparrow, William Turner, Elizabeth Swann, Bootstrap Bill Turner, the son of Will Turner, surprisingly. But Bill Nye was cast as John Davy Jones, the captain of the Flying Dutchman. But there was one actor who surprised us all. Jeffrey Rush, who would return as Barbossa. Hold on a minute, didn't he die? Yeah, I totally remember him getting shot. Principal photography would begin in February of 2005. And Carlos Bendit, movie gonna open. So the new cast members that were cast were a few new people to the mix. We have Lord Cutler Beckett, who was meant to be a new villain for this franchise. But after a production wrap, it was time to get people excited. Because smack dab in these two movies, released in front of The Chronicles of Narnia, done The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, audiences got their first look at this movie in the form of a teaser trailer. And already is this film started, and already does this teaser look better, showing off a lot of action and spectacle the whole 9 yards, as we are ready to see Jack Sparrow's next adventure. And the time had come. July 7th, 2006 arrived, where it was time to journey to theaters for the next adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow. And already does this movie up the ante big time. I credit this movie as my favorite of this franchise for good reason. This movie has actions and spectacle the whole 9 yards. And I enjoyed it from start to finish. And even audiences did. The movie has a strong at $1.66 billion after all. But even though Rotten Tomatoes scores are low, that didn't mean anything. Because it was time to see because they filmed, remember, 2 sequels back to back. So that means we don't have to worry about any filming. That means the cast just has to show some marketing pushes. And released in early 2008 and released in early 2007, a full teaser trailer was released online. And this teaser hints at more action and spectacle for Jack Sparrow's third adventure, showing that the mission to reclaim Jack's soul from Davy Jones' locker will be a perilous journey. But it was time to begin, because May 25th, 2007 arrived, and it was time to journey back to theaters for the third adventure of Jack Sparrow. This movie sets up a lot for the future, where Jack's journey will go and where it will take him into the future. But this doesn't just set up that stuff, because we have to take care of Beckett first. Which Beckett is taken care of by a straight cannonball. Yeah, this guy didn't get a lot to do in these movies, so seeing him defeated is not very, very fitting. Box office was strong for this installment too, but it didn't reach the billion that the first movie reached. And Rotten Tomatoes scores were low. shall we? Let's begin the two-part finale. Boom. News on Pirates 4 was few and far between after Pirates 3. Because, for one thing, Johnny Depp didn't know if he wanted to come back. Yeah, the Mega Blocks made sets based on the fourth and the fifth movie we didn't know about. Johnny Depp was now more ready to return for a fourth installment. Now let's talk about the marketing push. Principal photography began in June of 2010. But then we had Jack Sparrow deliver a message to people at Comic-Con. Jack Sparrow would do a greeting at Comic-Con in July of 2010. He would just greet people, telling them not to follow him into this adventure. But we were going to follow him either way. Within April of 2011, a full trailer was released online, painting Blackbeard as the main villain this time around. That it led to May 20th, 2011, where it was time to journey to theaters. This movie has bad box on Rotten Tomatoes scores, but it has great box office. This movie made $1.46 billion over a $378 million budget. As it was time to journey once more into the future. It was time to begin the marketing push, because on October 3rd of 2016, a full teaser trailer was released online, showing off almost a clip for the movie. So this is like an IMAX prologue, basically. This is no teaser trailer. As a matter of fact, this counts as an IMAX prologue. Let's ask the question, how did this teaser trailer market itself? Well, we don't know, but there was a teaser trailer which showed our first look at this movie's new villain, a rotting corpse of a captain named Salazar. Which all led to early 2017 for the biggest event to kick off the year, the Super Bowl. Where Dan and Tattletales wouldn't just appear during the game with a 30-minute spot, but a full spot would be released online. Talking at 1 minute and 20 seconds, this is a spot I would skip. Basically set to the unnerving tunes of the song Dead Man Tell. Which all led to Johnny Depp appearing on The Ellen Show in early 2017. Where in April of 2017, Johnny Depp would appear on The Ellen Show to reveal a full trailer. First exclusive to Ellen, but then would be released for everyone else online. All to build hype and anticipation as the spring movie season began. People may have been burned out from the fourth movie, but this movie proved to be an action spectacle about anything we've ever seen. Pirates of the Caribbean was ready to burn its way into theaters in 2017, and I, for one, was excited. Me and my aunt had just finished an entire Pirates of the Caribbean 4-movie marathon at this point. So we were ready for this 5th installment. And this movie would have a big tagline, "The final adventure begins." So hinting that this was supposed to be a film to cap off the Pirates of the Caribbean saga as a whole. But it was time to begin because Memorial Day 2017 arrived, and it was time to journey to theaters for Pirates of the Caribbean's ultimately last adventure for now. Now to ask the million-dollar question. Is this movie better than Mantono Tales? Yes and no. This movie shares flaws with that fourth one I don't talk about. Sorry, I gag a little bit every time I think about it. But Dead Man Tell Tales is a better movie. Its box office held strong, but let's see the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Yeah, 30%. And to make it worse, this movie was nominated for some Razzies. So now we're in trouble. We definitely didn't win any, but still. The year is 2026, and we have not seen another Pirates of the Caribbean installment for a while. As Pirate 6 remains in development, we only are left wondering what is next. My next retrospective will be the Jurassic Park one. I am right now working on getting that one through copyright. And I'm hoping to release that by the time I get back from vacation. So by the time I get back from vacation, I hope to get that retrospective to you guys. But this is all until the next video, and I'll see you guys later.